use of pellet guns, electric buttons and lathis embedded with nails, resulting in permanent disability and some life-threatening injuries. That is
police personnel not in police uniforms but who are armed. Now these individuals, just please see this. Yesterday a cop in Bihar used an AK-47
directly on the crowd.
We have annexed the video, the photographs also. There is an admission now by the SP. There is now an admission by the SP of that district saying that we have suspended him.
Using an electric shock weapon against a young protester who then yelps in pain. And
one is the use of pellet guns, on account of which a 19-year-old boy, he has suffered loss of eyesight.
Yes,
One eye.
for your convenience, I have it in a list with the videos supporting them.
Take that one.
Somebody can just hand this.
There are other instances of use of electric weapons
Yes,
to disperse the crowd.
correct.
The third is the life-threatening violence resulting in a young woman being admitted to the ICU.
Yes.
There was another instance.
Yes,
Then there are use of pellet guns, electric buttons and lathis embedded with nails,
That's correct.
resulting in permanent disability and some life-threatening injuries. That is
Correct.
instances. Then assault on advocate, I think that was Mr. Paul is referring to.
yes.
yes, one advocate.
There are two separate incidents of assault on advocates.
Another instance of assaulting of a media person also.
Yes.
Yesterday it was being displayed also.
Yes.
Somewhere, whatever that incident has occurred,
Yes, it has.
where he has been mercilessly
Correct.
assaulted.
Yes.
That is another instance. Then violence of that is perpetrated by this police personnel in civil dresses.
Yes.
Another case of a young woman being slapped by a male senior police officer without any provocation.
Yes.
And some instances of molestation of young women. And plus now today, Madam Vrinda has pointed out that there is a separate petition being filed.
Yes.
For excessive use of the pellet guns,
Yes.
and probably regarding that some directions also. It was completely a peaceful protest, actually initially meant to be,
Yes.
by the students raising their certain demand. And such a protest is absolutely permissible. It is always protected within the constitutional framework.
Grateful. Yes.
There is absolutely no doubt about that.
Yes.
Now, when the protest begins, there are two things can happen. One is that those who want to prevent the protest, they indulge in excessive preventive measures,
Yes.
and that results into violence. That is what precisely the petitions are saying.
Yes.
The other reason can be with the other side, the
Victims being police.
family members of the police personnel, they are now telling us.
But they don't have a difficulty registering FIRs. We have a difficulty.
No, would you
That's
not
right.
consider-
They are the police, they can register
They are
themselves.
coming to that part.
Yes.
They can't have any difficulty.
They
because
shouldn't.
But we are only pointing what is their narrative or.
Yes.
the-
Yes, that's correct. The narrative.
Probably if you go by their version, they want to say that in such type of peaceful protest, when it starts or initially commences, there are always uninvited guests.
Yes.
They will enter,
Yes.
and they enter with an agenda, and very soon they become the co-host. And then
No, your lordships are right. That's absolutely true. When you have
Lordship, I have filed a
several
video where
thousand, that's
one-
going to
where
happen.
67
That's also a
people are
fact.
hounding one police officer. They have actually thrashed him with sticks.
We have videos and videos. I don't think there is an.
Lordship will have to add this to your list also.
Can we just
This
hear the
has
Lord
to
Chief
be
Justice for a
determined.
minute?
I'm grateful.
version of the young students who are suffered injuries of the petitions filed on their behalf, those who are saying that despite such a well-established constitutional right, this is how they have been treated. So there is an allegation based upon instances to make out a prima facie a case of being excesses being committed on them, on the protesters.
Yes.
You are also given some instances.
Lordships.
Why there should not be an independent probe into this issue?
Police personnel not in police uniforms but who are armed. Now these individuals, just please see this, because these are the photographs.
And even the ones who were there, no name tags. No name tags.
Because I'll just develop the point if I may. We have named the individual police with the videos who are responsible for these actions. Number 3, you can see he's dressed in civilian clothes and accompanied the Delhi police. So Delhi police in uniform are accompanying this man, allowing him then to unleash violence. We have identified this man as a constable, Hani Dakar. He is a constable of the Delhi police. On the back page, you will see he was accompanied by Yash Kanwat. Then there is an ASI who broke windows of cars himself. And he's caught on video doing it. Then this gentleman in, yes. No, Baloj, I'll tell you what the point is, what a grave concern is.
might be only sample instances.
Maybe, but
Maybe
there
more
is, there is something further up where the rot is. That these people behaved with a license. Now, even if somebody goes after them and takes disciplinary action, etc., which is what we are asking for, we want responsibility to be placed up the ladder, my lords. Unless this court does that, police think they can
Yes.
get away with things like this.
That is what we are trying to indicate, that once the protocol is fixed, and then we find that there is a violation of that protocol, or that how the authorities A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z.
Yes.
Whosoever has excess, committed excesses,
Yes.
whosoever has taken law in hand, and whosoever has committed atrocities completely on the innocent people,
Yes.
whatever may be the size,
Yes.
the law must take care of them.
Yes.
There is a law, and if we have provisions, they must be taken. But for that purpose, there need to be a very independent, transparent,
Yes.
and completely fair probe to identify.
Absolutely.
To identify.
Independent and
All
us.
circumstances will
Yes.
then can be one by one examined,
Yes. And responsibility placed, my lords, all the way up.
and a probe is meaningless if there is no responsibility to it.
Absolutely.
And it becomes only an academic exercise.
My lords, our only suggestion is that this SIT may be headed by a former judge of this court.
Yes.
We have suggestions, of course, former Chief Justice of this court. We believe that nothing short of that will send out a message. Unfortunately, nothing short. Because despite the events of 28th, despite us mentioning it, despite our petitions being listed, yesterday a cop in Bihar used an AK-47.
Directly on the crowd.
Well,
On the-
we have annexed the video, the photographs also. There is an admission now by the SP.
Mind that-
There is now an admission by the SP of that district saying that we have suspended him. Now, my lords, these kind of weapons in a completely unarmed mob, which is not even stone pelting at that point in time, and the explanation given in the video, my lords, we've watched, everybody has watched it, it's running on the news, is this, that this gentleman with the AK-47 was caught in a mob, and which is completely untrue. He is in riot gear, he's wearing a helmet, he's wearing a mask to cover his face.
So we've given the background of the petitioner and the student protests. That's important in terms of locals. He was present there, though he mentions in his petition that there was no violence directly directed against him. But thereafter, he has gone into the issues. Sorry. He's gone into and examined these issues. Now, please just go to page 3 of the note. Under the
Yes,
heading.
instances of-
Yes. Now, these instances of excessive and illegal use of force, we have categorized them. So the first is the use of the pellet guns. Your Lordship will find that at page 4. And we've given what we believe are credible media reports. And we've given you the photographs as well from these particular instances of this kind of violence which has been unleashed. It's very, very, very serious use of pellet guns.
These are pellet guns at page 4.
Yes, at page 4.
And 5.
And your Lordship will also see page 5 is a photograph to.
Page 5 is photography again of pellet guns.
Yes, of pellet guns.
Then using lathi.
Yeah, then, no, but this is the heading which your Lordship captured. Mr. Sankar Narayan also mentioned
Plain
that
clothes.
violence by police officials in plain
Plain
clothes.
clothes.
That's also a very, very serious issue. So there are reports of electric shock weapons being used on protesters in Delhi. The relevant video at A9 of the pen drive annexure A14 shows an RAF personnel using an electric shock weapon against a young protester who then yelps in pain. As reported by the print, the RAF on 25th June 2026 has admitted to the use of excessive force and has prohibited the use of projectile attack gun, PAG, or pellet guns, electrical weapons and electrical shields during the deployment in the national capital. So there is a media report with regard to that also. There seems to be some realization now. The Hindustan Times, in an incident which took place on 20th July, in or around the protest site in central Delhi, where a senior Delhi police officer was seen slapping a woman protester without provocation. The officer was removed from the protest site due to this incident. Then, my lords, we are your part C.
Question 1.
Yeah.
Require
Yeah.
a very thorough probe.
Yeah.
There can't be any doubt about it.
Yes. So I'll just quickly.
And that probe must be to the entire satisfaction of, as we are repeating,
Yeah.
it must be an independent, fair, transparent, and thorough probe.
Yeah.
What will be the
I'm grateful.
composition we will share later on.
I'm grateful.
Uh,
Manoj, we have thereafter set out certain legal principles which we believe are already established.
The only thing you will appreciate about
Yeah.
legal principles, and
Yeah.
with best of my ability as I could say,
Yeah.
there are judgments by this court
Yeah.
on certain issues, but say, for example, in Anita Thakur, one issue arose.
Yeah.
There the principles are laid out.
Yes.
Then in other case, In Kerala matter, another issue arose.
Correct.
Police force dressed there.
Yeah.
That is principle laid down.
Yeah,
A time has come
yeah,
when all these principles need to be collated
yes,
and expanded.
I appreciate.
And there is a time, right time that's why we said a judicial protocol means
Yeah,
not only the composition of the directions which have been issued in the past,
yeah,
but it will also that now in 2026, the direction in 2018,
yeah.
to what extent it is relevant or how it is made to be more stringent in 2026. That aspect also required to be gone into.
All right. Manoj, now may I just in conclusion say two things? Because I want to strongly support the suggestion which was made by Mr. Gopal Shankar Narayan a moment ago. Because there are SITs and there are SITs. I think your lordships have put your finger on it when you said that moving forward, as far as the future is concerned, eventually it will be your lordship judgment which holds the field. But I believe the application of a judicial mind in this associated with this SIT, because you may consider a remit not just investigating, but also, my lords, in my respectful submission of making suitable recommendations, having regard to the,
So it will not be the judgment alone or the recommendations or the directions.
yeah,
Probably we need to have a mechanism
yeah,
that when such an urgency or emergency situation arises,
yeah.
that mechanism must be activated to ensure the compliance of those directives.
That's a very fair, my lord, suggestion.
Junaid Malik, who was supplying.
No, that's a separate issue. That's a
who was
separate issue.
supplying
One
food,
was
my lord.
distributing food, my lord.
Just
I
one
think we
second.
He
can,
is not a victim.
I
of
think
any-
we can finish before the amicus
Just say,
starts.
Lordship, what happened?
Who is amicus?
This person was supplying food
There is no amicus.
to
I'm sorry.
the,
No, we are not
we have
talking.
filed an
My lord.
application petition on behalf of Junaid Malik, my lord, pointing out that he was picked up by the police, taken blindfolded, taken to Missouri and dropped on a highway there. His whole family was picked up and they were being asked, how are you supplying food? Who is funding you? This, that and the other. So therefore, this was totally illegal on the part of the police to do all this. That also needs to be investigated. And one other matter which is very, very serious. A truck,
Mr.
a
Bhushan,
full
that's
truck
why-
full of stones.
That's why we are saying that all these issues which are multiple issues which are being raised, ultimately with these will have to be raised before a kind of a high power, which we call it commission, we call it a
Yeah.
committee, we call it a SIT, whatever nomenclature may be. And all these issues then need to be issues need to be formulated and probe to be conducted based upon that.
Yes.
And it should be very scientific, evidentiary based,
Madam?
not with simple prima facie finding, so that things can be taken to a logical conclusion.
Correct, correct.
Well,
I'm
listen,
saying that one more thing. There was a truck, large truck full of stones, which came to be parked at the Jantar Mantar site on the gate of Jantar Mantar at 4 a.m.
But
On
that truck, who
20th.
is owning and disowning, because they are also saying that truck was brought by the.
All right.
No, they're not saying that. They're not saying
The
that.
police-
They don't know.
It's an admission.
They don't know where it came from.
We have a video where there's an admission that it was brought by the police.
A truck that can pass through all those police cordons.
With stones.
The investigation will take place. If they are saying they don't know how it came, the place has more police than I have seen in one place in my lifetime in this city.
No, but it's,
The police that can pass through so many cordons of Delhi police, it actually, there are more questions than answers.
Absolutely.
I don't think, my lord, students would ever do that.
Actually, because they came for a peaceful, education.
I don't think, my lord, I share your lordship's view. Maybe
other
some
anti-social element-
miscreants must have, my lord, penetrated into the student movement. my lord.
I agree.
Some miscreants must have, I don't think, my lord, students would do that. And, my lord, that is my subject to, my lord, ultimately investigation would reveal. But my feeling is also, no student, my lord, would ever do that. But miscreants, as your lordships have rightly said, there are uninvited guests who become, my lord, thereafter co-hosts without the host knowing about it. So, my lord, there may be miscreants, my lord, who may have taken, and we have, my lord, some data which will place on record, my lord, about the miscreants, not about the students.
Mr. Solicitor, there is always a danger of discrediting a peaceful movement.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly, my lord. There
That's
were
what is-
people found, my lord, who are carrying murder charges, my lord, who are carrying rape charges, etc. My lord, we will place everything on record, my lord. NDPS charges, etc., etc.
yes.
Lord, I fully, my lord, bow down to your lordship's suggestion that it has to be independent by a neutral, independent investigating agency which can inspire confidence amongst the stakeholders and in your lordships. Lord, I would not hazard, my lord, to start giving names of the judges their name, I have to oppose, my name, they have to oppose, that would be degrading, my lord, the majesty of the bench. If at a particular stage your lordship finds,
For us, there is absolutely no difficulty. Two names, if go in your mind, you can give on a piece of paper.
my lord, your
We can
lordship
give
will
it on a,
avoid doing that.
we'll give it on a
The
piece of
lordship
paper
will
rather
avoid
than
doing
naming
that.
them.
I've got 3 names which
No,
your
no,
lordship can
that's
see.
rejected. Mr. Bhushan's name is not accepted.
ठीक है, रहने दो, रहने दो, रहने दो.
I'm very
Right.
clear about it.
All right.
I am dealing with students and not with Mr. Bhushan or his clients.
ठीक है.
But I would leave it to your lordship's discretion rather than suggesting.
Of course, your lordship's discretion. But I'm saying that since your lordship asked, I've given names of 2 former chief justices of this court.
But
Anybody can have an objection to former Chief Justice
not
of India.
undertake this exercise.
माननीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने साफ कर दिया कि शांतिपूर्ण प्रदर्शन पर नागरिक का संवैधानिक अधिकार है, लेकिन कानून व्यवस्था को हाथ में लेने की इजाज़त किसी को भी नहीं है। जहां कोर्ट ने नाबालिग छात्रों को तुरंत रिहा करने का आदेश दिया है, वहीं हिंसा और पुलिस पर हमलों को लेकर भी कड़ी चिंता जताई है। दोस्तों, आपको इस बारे में क्या कहना, अपनी कीमती राय कमेंट्स बॉक्स में जरूर साझा करें। जय हिंद दोस्तों।